hateful. Like, this is why I don't like when the men get to eliminate, because it's not coming from a place of connectivity. It's about their ego. Hey y'all, it's me, Crystal, once again here for a review. Are you guys ready for a review? I'm ready to give it to you, okay? So honestly, guys, I wasn't even gonna come on here. I'm not even gonna lie, because my grandma just passed, and it was a blow. It was a hard blow, especially to my family. But if there's not anything that I want to do, is to be consistent, and she would have wanted me to be consistent and work hard, because that is who she was. So I, told myself this morning, I was like, let me go ahead and watch the show. And while I was watching the show, I just grabbed my old phone and started taking notes, and I was like, yeah, let's do this. So we're here. But if it doesn't seem like I have a lot of energy, that's why. But I'm gonna give it to you, the way I saw it today. We gonna get through this, okay? So Joel and Vernicia, but they meshed it up. They did Joel and Vernicia and Amber and Chris. I still took notes, like, as the separate meeting of the friends. The men were introducing their number ones to their friends this episode. So, like I said, following up, Chris and Amber, Joel and Vernicia, but they mashed them up. I didn't like how they did that. And honestly, while I was watching the show, guys, it seemed like it was a short show. Like, it wasn't a lot of, like, dates. It just, I don't know, like, it seemed a bit short to me. Y'all let me know. Y'all already know, put it in the comment. Oh yeah, and how can I even forget, y'all? I'm just so distracted. Guys, thank you. Thank you for the 100 subscribers. Y'all, and we've gone over 100 subscribers. So I thank all of you who's tuning in and hitting that subscribe button. I appreciate y'all. Y'all don't understand how exciting that was for me, because that's been my goal. So we went surpassed the goal, and I'm just so grateful for y'all. So I'm sorry that this is all over the place, y'all. I just thought about it. But thank you, guys, and thank you for interacting with my video. Thank you for liking and commenting. Let's keep that momentum up. So before we even get, into the details, y'all, again, if you are new here, subscribe to your girl, okay? I know this introduction is long. We're gonna get to this review, but I want to show my gratitude. Of course, subscribe, okay? Come into the family, okay? We're family here. It's a good time. I'm a good time. So thank you. So subscribe, comment, hit that bell notification so y'all will know when I post. And yeah, so back to what I was saying. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so the girls are meeting the guys' friends on this episode. And honestly, the way that everything panned out, I was just like, I don't like none of them friends. I was just kidding, but I just, your friends are gonna be biased. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna, like, throw you under the bus and be like, don't do it. Vernicia and Joel. Y'all know that's my auntie and my uncle. Oh, I was so disappointed in Joel. I was so disappointed, guys. I was like, Joel, what are we doing, player? And, like, I just wanted, like, Vernicia came onto this show with a goal in mind, which should have been everybody's goal in mind. That was, being ready for love, looking for love, finding that person, connecting with that person, building bond with that person, finish until the end. That's like, she has tunnel vision. So when the friends were talking to her, and oh man, I knew where she was coming from, but I hate that she used the word territorial. Now, in my experience, and I don't have a lot of it, but in my experience, Men don't like that. You know, they don't like that word. They don't like to feel control. They don't like to, you know, feel like they are someone's territory, for one. And so I was just like, oh, Vernicia, why did you say that? Like, I feel like what the word that she used, and then what she tried to explain afterwards, they didn't line up, because she's just like, okay, Joel has been my main priority during this, you know, this game, you know, and we've been hitting it off. So of course, he is at the top. I want to make sure that I'm building my bond with this guy, because I really see something going with him. But because she used the word territory and nobody wanted to use their context clues after that, it kind of set her in a bad space with him and the friends. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, no, why did you use a better word instead of territorial? Because it sounds like, you know, you belong to me. Like, you can't see anybody. You can't, like, you gotta play it cool with these men. You know what I'm saying? You gotta act like you don't give a, so that they can come after you. Y'all, it's the chase that they missing the chase. So when she said that, I was like, oh no. Because then he reiterated that word over and over, if y'all picked that up. So I'm just like, okay. It's not looking too good for my auntie and my uncle. I need them to be together. Now, I don't know if y'all, like, after y'all watch the show, I know y'all come in, look at the reviews, but have y'all gone on Joel's or Joel's YouTube? I seen him have like a couple videos out, and then I looked on Tressa's page and I saw his arm around Chrysanthemum, and I was like, what's happening here? I don't want to spoil it for myself, but if y'all have been watching his channel, or if y'all know anything, y'all got y'all ish history, let me know. I kind of want to know. Like, what's going on with that? Like, what we doing here? Cuz, what we doing? While they were talking to Vernicia, and the guy was like, you want marriage or whatever, you know, she's like, yeah, you know, we could be the next couple married. I'm ready to love. I'm like, you don't, damn it, Vernicia, stop it. Like, even if you feel like that's where you trying to go, you're not supposed to give it all up in one sitting. You know what I'm saying? It's small doses, you know, small bites. Don't just, because that's scary. You know what I'm saying? Especially with y'all knowing each other for a short amount of time. And then you're just now meeting his friends. Why you saying like that? Even if that is the goal, like, you don't ever just put that up front. Now, it's okay to say, yes, I do want marriage, right? Put that in a general consensus, just to let the other people know, or your partner know, or your potential partner know, this is the end game for me, like, or this is the goal, is to be married. Don't be like, we could be the first, you know, couple on Ready to Love to ever get married, because it just doesn't sound right. And of course, when you're talking, it makes sense to you in your head, but you can't make it make sense for others. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll get lost in translation. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, oh no. I was just worried for my girl in that scene, especially when he didn't give her no kiss. So like I was saying earlier, guys, it wasn't a whole lot to me in today's episode. Like, normally I can watch it about 3 times, but I was just like there's nothing here except when it's time to get to elimination. So Chris and Amber. So Amber's meeting Chris's friends, and they're all talking, and it's nice, and they're vibing. And I think, guys, they were at the media block here in Houston. It's on the south side. I was invited to the media block about a year ago, and it's actually really nice. They have like a dope setup. if you are trying to do like photography, videography, podcasts, stuff like that, super dope. So if you're in the Houston area and you need somewhere to go, like I will shout them out. Like they are really, really professional and their work is amazing. So anyways, they were see, it ain't a lot to talk about because it wasn't a whole lot to it. Anyways, Chris and Amber, that they make sense, and they know that they make sense. Even Chris's friend, the male, he was just saying how, you know, they were a perfect match and they both agreed, and you know, it's just super organic. I like their vibe. I think they're cool. She said that she trusts what Chris says, which I think is I don't know what she means by that. When she says she trusts what he says, because you can slice it and dice that a whole lot, but they all seem to be on the same page. It was really like a calm vibe. There wasn't anything to be alarmed about, except that one part where when they asked Amber, did she talk about him to her friends or family? And she was like, no. And because, like, you don't know what's good. It's a game, y'all. Like, get up off of it. Like, I don't like that, trying to find a moment where there isn't one. Like, he just told them about Amber because he was just like, yeah, I want to introduce you to this girl that I'm talking. So it's not like he's been talking about her. Y'all are just now finding out, and y'all are, you know what I'm saying, for the purpose of the show. Y'all are just now finding out, and you know, y'all just now meeting her. So like, pump the brakes, bro. Like, I don't like how they tried to, make that a moment. It's not a moment. We're not gonna go there. Let's not do that. And I'm glad he said in his confessional, I totally understand. Like, I'm glad you understand, because he understands he's in a show. Friends, I need y'all to understand that he's have never been so short with this show. Like, I know this is my third time recording this, but my notes are like super short. So Jason, Liz, and Kyra, you should see, like, I have everything all like in bold caps because I wasn't expecting that. When I was laying there, I was like, wait a minute, why is it? Wait, hold up, wait, what? Wait, hold it. Like, I was really confused, y'all. I was like, what is happening? So it's Jason, Liz, and Kyra. Liz looks, oh, why is she so beautiful? Like, she is so gorgeous. And all she had on was the ripped jeans and a black shirt, some cute shoes. But she was killing it. Like, I'm telling y'all, she still ain't hit me up about her Pilates instructor, but it's all right. Like, sis look good. Anyway, so they did like a little golfing virtual reality or virtual game, and it was time for them, to meet Jason's friends. Liz is very firm about her spirituality. Like, she's very firm about her partner being, strong in her, in her spiritual background, which I get. I think that is very important. But she brought the whole church, like she brought the whole church. And it's one thing to have like a spiritual, a strong spiritual belief, right? Again, very important. But where are the other layers? You know what I'm saying? So when when Jason's friend was just like, I feel like I was sitting in the presence of Jesus, I didn't blame her. So I'm like, yo, like, all right, she started talking about Jason, explaining the book of David. All right, sis, like, what else is there? And there can be, right? Because I already said in my last video that Jason was only there for that body, yada, yada, yada. Jason, so there's not much she can pull from. So I was just like, I just felt like Liz shouldn't have been there. She should have never been there. Kyra, on the other hand, when they were talking to Kyra, I didn't like the setting, y'all. Like, Kyra's beautiful. She, You know, she seems to be like straightforward. She's on the same path as Vernicia, right? Like she came in with, this is what I want. With Kyra and Jason, when they were questioning Kyra and they were asking, you know, what she do and all this kind of stuff, I felt a bit annoyed with the guy, the male friend, because I'm like, why are you sizing her up like that? Like, what are we doing here? When it was so annoying when she said, oh, I'm a lawyer, and his follow-up, oh, well, what books have you read? Can you bring it down a few notches? Like, yo, she's dating your homeboy, not you. The male friend, he's just like, well, what, you know, what's the goal or whatever? And she said that she knows that she wants to be married in 5 years. And her response was, bruh, like, you know if I'm the one in 5 years. She's not wrong. Like, I love how upfront she was, because it's like, you're not about to waste my time. And when the ladies left, and Jason's friends were telling them how they felt, basically, they're not feeling Liz. They think that she's too stiff. And I was like, I don't know if I would use the word stiff. I just think that they're not compatible. That's the best way to put it. They're just not compatible. And that's okay. Like, all right. I just wish he would have never brung her along, because what was there to think about? You know, in your heart of hearts, you just want to smash Liz. Like, you're not trying to build no relationship, because you're not as open with Liz as you are with Kyra. So hang it up, sir. Like, come on, Jason. Like, I really like him and Kyra. Like, that first date that they had, I thought was excellent. I thought he was being very vulnerable with her about his mental health and what he wanted out of life. And especially with this episode. So I'm like, stay with Kyra. Stop looking like a creep with Liz, because that's what that looked like. You're looking real creepish with Liz. So AJ and Kyra. Oh. Y'all, if y'all looked at my review from last week, y'all already know how I feel about AJ. This was so out of place. I feel like they could have done without this scene, because AJ and his friends, and Kyra, they're all playing volleyball, which I think is pretty cute. And I know where they are. Y'all, y'all don't care about that. Anyways, so the volleyball scene was cute. And when they sat down, here's my thing. Let me get comfortable. Where are all the men, like all the men's male friends, grilling these women? Can y'all let me know? Because I don't like that. If you're trying to get to know someone, or you're trying to, you know what I'm saying? There's a very subtle way to do it. There's a very respectful way to do it. And the way that they're doing it, it's kind of like, all right, bruh, like, can you just give it a rest? You know, all this hard questioning like they're on the stand. I did note, though, that AJ's friends communicate better than he do. Like, they do. They were definitely giving more insight to Kyra than he's done, you know, on the show. And I really feel like AJ is not there for the right reasons. Honestly, like, I do not feel, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't even noteworthy, y'all. Like, I literally don't have any details because there was nothing there. So Kyra, run. Get out of there, Kyra. Stop acting like you don't want that man. He's just attractive. Ron, Fly, and Chrysanthemum. Child, if there wasn't any other scene on here that was interesting, it was that one, child. Oh my God. It was like Battle Royale. But I think Alexis Fly really let her slip show on this one while she was, you know, in the same room as Chrysanthemum with Ron. while meeting the friends. So they're at a lounge or a club, and I'm just like, of all places to meet somebody friends. I was like, why the club? You know, but okay. So they're all sitting down and they're talking to Chrysanthemum and Alexis Fly. And Alexis is really talking about Chrysanthemum's outfit. Sis, didn't you show up last week at the putt-putt court looking like a Victorian b-boy dancer? Like, what are you talking about? Holes in her. Like, yo, like, what? You should be the last person to talk about somebody's fashion choice, honey. I'm never the one to talk down on no woman, but okay. So they're talking to Ron and Chrysanthemum, and basically, you know, asking her like things about traveling and kids and child. When they asked about travel, and she was, I'm a flight attendant. That was a flex. That was a flex because, you know, she doesn't have any, you know, ties to keep her at any one place. She can move around as she pleases. And I feel like Alexis felt like that was a one-up. But honestly, Alexis has, you know, she has the upper hand with Ron. And it's like, girls, I'm getting in your bag. But at least Alexis didn't let it show so much while she was talking. At least she kind of let it all out in the confessional. But child, when Alexis Fly was talking about the fact that she could, you know, move around like she wants to because she has a village, I definitely thought that was a, you know, another leg up. You know what I'm saying? Because no one wants to feel tied down, even though kids don't necessarily make you feel tied down. It's just like that's your first obligation. That's your first, you know, that's your top priority. So with him coming into a relationship with her, nobody wants to feel like they're in the way of that. So for her saying that, I feel like it gives him some type of sense of security. So that's great. But child, when Alexis was leaving and she gave him that hug, and don't forget who your number one is. Y'all already know my song. Who your number one? Who your number one is? Who your number one is? Who your number one? Who your number one is? 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 Who your number Y'all, they gonna beat this number one into our heads, ain't they? I can't take it. Who your number one is? 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 Anyways, child, next. David and Liz, y'all. Okay, this is where the notes get detailed, okay? Because David. First of all, why David always look tired? David looks like he needs some sleep, some filler under those eyes. He needs a facial. You know, maybe a nice light chemical peel to, you know, get away the set. Like, he always looked tired, y'all. And I don't know if it's depression or what. Guys, I suffer with manic depression. No one will ever know. No one will ever know unless I say something. Like, I had a friend when I was in high school told me, and this stuck with me clearly. He said, it's so funny because he's helping me do my makeup, right? And he's like, bitch, just because you sad don't mean nobody needs to know you sad. Like that. Like, that's how that went, and that stuck with me. And so, you know, that's how I carry myself. Nobody, you won't know until I tell you, you know. So David always looks to be really tired. So it looks like depression to me. I don't know if this last divorce really got to him. I don't know how the hell he even made it through the threshold of ready to love. But oh my gosh. And the fact that Liz is just so gun-ho on David, and it's disheartening to watch how all of this starts to crumble down. So all right, so this is one of those times, guys. I need y'all to grab your juice, your water, your smoothie, your liquor, your Henny, whatever you decide to drink, and your snacks, and we're gonna buckle up to these notes, because like I said, now the time is getting detailed notes. And let's go ahead and unbuckle this Liz and David thing. So this is what I said in my notes. Liz told David her and Jason kissed. ... Lord, why she say that? So now David has to question Liz when that's the only woman on this cast who likes his emotionally toxic ass. I hate when the men gets the power to eliminate, because it brings out something very ugly in them. And now Liz is saying she needs consistency. I didn't know he was indecisive. David, you're on a game show. You don't have time to think about this anymore. This isn't Married at First Sight, bruh. Liz is gonna get eliminated because of him. Like, this is what I was feeling when I was watching that scene, because at first, before this date with Jason, remember at the ball, he was just so taken with her. Like, he was consumed in her, as you know, as she was with him. So when they had to do this opposites whatever on this date last week, that shook some stuff up, which that's what it was supposed to do. Jason kissed her, and the fact that she took ownership of that kiss, I was like, girl. And it looked uncomfortable on the second kiss. The fact that now David is just so indecisive and he just doesn't know. It's like, who else are you going to connect with? Okay? Like, who else? Because at that elimination, let me not get ahead of myself. It just really pissed me off that David is really acting like he has options with this game show. You don't, bruh. You ain't got no options. Okay? Liz has been committed to you. So now David is just indecisive about Liz. And that's because he's punishing her. Like, he's punishing her because her and or Jason kissed her. And I don't think that's fair. He put her on this Virgin Mary pedestal, like she's untouched, because she has no children and because she's never married. And that could be the furthest thing from the truth. I'm sure she's experienced. So it's like, why are you punishing her? You know what I'm saying? So anyways, let's get to the next thing. You know, Kyra and Jason had a very romantic date. He did pull out all the stops, it looked like, for her, for this, you know, this setting. And I loved it. It takes me back to when I first saw Jason and Kyra and how they just hit it off. And the fact that he even told her, like, I got my mind made up. You know, where have you been? I was like, okay. And to see how Kyra glows and smiles, that does not happen with AJ. I don't know why she's still hanging over there, but it's like, nah, sis, like, you need to stay right where you are with Jason, because he has eyes for you. Take it and run. Like, he may have had his creep moment with Liz. Take it and run. This is really it for Jason, and I love that for him. And I want her to catch up. I told you my notes were getting super detailed once it started getting close to elimination. So it really bothered me that Joel, or Joel, I don't know, it looks like Joel, okay? There's a Joel Osteen here in Houston. I'm gonna call him Joel. His mama named him Joel, I'm gonna call him Joel. When Nephew Tommy asked the guys, like, hey, you know, things are starting to come on down with the numbers. If I was to ask y'all who your top person is, Who is it? When Joel said Kyra, I was like, and Chris was taking it back like the rest of us, like, bro, you talked to her like one time. Like, what are you talking about? But in Joel's confessional, he basically admitted to being spiteful because they had a conversation prior and he didn't like the way the conversation went. And I'm sure it's because Vernicia probably put all of her cards on the table and was like, listen, this is what I want to do, or, you know, whatever. But like Nephew Tommy said, just because you have an incident doesn't mean you don't need to work it out with them. You know, you just work it through. If this is your top, yeah, baby, she's still my top, you know. And I was just like, don't do that to my auntie. Don't do that. I like you, Joel. Don't do that. But again, y'all, if y'all seen something with him, or if, you know, if he's talking about this in his YouTube video, let me know. When David said Kyra, I was like, why are y'all being so spiteful? Like, this is why I don't like when the men get to eliminate, because it's not coming from a place of connectivity. It's about their ego. And for whatever reason, David's ego is bruised because she kissed another man. Y'all are on the same show, okay? Y'all didn't go find these women. They were found for you. So why are you so butthurt at, you know, if another man kissed him? And then you're not even pissed at Jason, you're pissed at Liz. That's a problem. Like, what are you doing here? Like, I just, y'all help me understand, okay? Help me understand. How is it that we're all, however many of us, was 20 to start? We're all on the same show to do the same thing. And because you go off and make a connection with somebody else, I'm gonna get upset. No, I'm not gonna get upset. I'm going to play my cards right if that's what I want. Like, it's like, what did they say? Don't get mad. Get even. Okay, well, no, don't get mad. Outdo him. Like, the fact that she even called David afterwards to tell him that they kissed should have shown him, like, okay, this is where the loyalty lies. Like, she wants me. If she's telling me, she's being honest with me, she's being straightforward with me, what do you have to question? So I'm just like, okay, David. So of course AJ, he didn't even, like, oh my God, he really could have played this to his advantage, but they're only doing and saying things to keep them on the show. They're not doing and saying anything to keep their connections. You know what I'm saying? Or have a connection. And it's just, it's crazy to watch. So AJ, of course, with Kyra, but he could have said Alexis, you know? And then, of course, Jason is just sitting over there like, bro, like, why everybody want my woman? Like, she's mine. What are you, like, we dating. We kiss. Oh no, he said we kissing. Like, you know, I was just like, y'all, David and Joel, y'all are really being spiteful, and that's not very attractive. That's not attractive to me. To just be spiteful and vengeful like that, because y'all are really putting these women on the line when they don't have to be. Y'all know who's not ready for love. Y'all see who it is, but y'all don't want to say anything because y'all are really butthurt. Not okay. So when they talked about the bottom two, and they were talking about, they mentioned Liz and Chrysanthemum. I feel like a lot of the men said Liz because they don't like that no sex before marriage thing. Like, I feel like women are more flexible to you know, when it comes to that than men are. And everybody's like, Liz, like, no, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're playing it nice, but really I feel like it's the sex thing. But David could have saved her from elimination, like how Dietrich did Tressa. Like, hold on, like, let me have my time. But that's not what happened. David stayed quiet. That's a dangerous man. He pushed that lady under the bus, basically. Under the bus. Because he just let them go in on her. It was so diabolical. Like, I was like, I can't believe what I'm watching. Like, you're not gonna say nothing? And he didn't. He said nothing. And in his confessional, you know, I could have said something and I didn't, so that could get her eliminated. You think? Anyways, so with Chrysanthemum, yeah, all the men had their mind made up with Chrysanthemum because they don't want to give her what she want. I already know what she want. And they don't want to give it to her because she's, you know, what she wants is gonna take a special kind of man, and they are not equipped for her. So here goes elimination. Of course, the top two bottom women is Liz and Chrysanthemum. So they have Ron and Chris, who's about to eliminate them, or eliminate, you know, one of them. And Ron really called Liz stiff. Like, so harsh. You couldn't have used any other type of verbiage. You had to say stiff. You know, like, he could have said, hey, you know, we need to peel your layers back. We want to know more. You know, none of that. And if I was Liz, honestly, I would just self-eliminate because David is full of, you know, like, he's full of it. Chrysanthemum, I seen it in her demeanor when she walked in, like, child, what is this? Like, we've already established that you and I are not a match. So what am I here for, really? Am I getting eliminated? Like, just put it on the table. Because I really feel like they had like a friendship, like kind of like a brother-sister kind of, you know, they hit it off like that. And so she's like, child, what did you want? You know? And when when they were talking, you know, of course he just laid it out like, you know, we don't think you're ready to love. And she was like, okay, you know, like, she just played it off cool or whatever. And when he hugged her, and he hugged her so long, and she was like, get off of me, you know. I just feel like he probably felt bad for her. But child, Chrysanthemum was not. She already knew. Anyways, when she was talking about, you know, I already knew I had some connections, and so one of y'all went in, somebody was disloyal. I was like, oh my God. It was bad. It wasn't hard to watch. It made me laugh. Anyways, y'all, so y'all tell me what you think. I know that this isn't as long and lengthy as my last two reviews. And that's because there wasn't a whole lot. There wasn't a whole lot not to me, but I was just like, okay, you know, like, honestly, like, it's Saturday. It feels like it's Sunday because normally that's when I do this. But I was just like, child, these men, they are a special case. Anyways, I want to thank you guys. Honestly, thank you so much for all of the support that I've been getting and for the support that's coming forward. I'm speaking it into existence. I am totally grateful for you. Actually doing this kind of got me out of my rut because I've been like, emotions been real heavy. But Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you for the subscribers, the likes, the comments, the interactions are super cool. And I hope you guys stay tuned for more. But I was told by one of my subscribers, Lee Pepper, that I should do Married at First Sight, the season that's coming up, because it's gonna be in Houston. And I'm like, yes, I will do it. So that is one show to put on the roster that's coming up. So guys, if y'all have any more ideas, please let me know. Drop it down in the comments. I want to know, okay? So anyways, y'all have a wonderful rest of y'all's day. I'm going to go soak my nails off because I just broke one and it hurts like the dickens. Anyways, guys, peace.